Hi, my name is Ben Plessier and I am a fervent user of Wappler. Continuing on from the last video, I need to add two buttons and connect them to their respective modals. In Wappler, I turn App Connect off so that I can see the hidden parts of the page. I then select the div that holds the details table. After the div, I add a row and a column. Inside the column, I place the first button and duplicate it for the second button. Each button undergoes the usual treatment. For the action when the button is clicked on, I point the action toggle to the respective modal. If you remember from the categories page, Wappler adds INP_ to the ID of each field in the form. This needs to be replaced by a unique ID to make sure that we do not run into problems down the track. I have not done this for the insert form, so let me do that now. I copy the INP part and head off to the search panel. Here I replace the INP with INS. I do the find all first to make sure that I have entered the information correctly. Then I do the replace. This sets the stage for the next modal, update product. The paragraph is deleted and its place comes a generated form. The product upsert API is used as the server action. The form is populated by the product data detail. I change the form type to vertical. The ID field is hidden. The price is changed to a text field. This is because a number field only accepts whole numbers. The long description becomes a text area. The image field is deleted. This will be covered in a future video. The date field is handled by the API, hence I delete it. The category ID file gets moved to the top. The Save button is deleted. I will be using the Modal button instead. Lastly, the category field is changed to a Select input. At this stage I need to save the file so that the search function can find the file. As with the insert form, the INP bit needs to be changed. And that is the update form inside of a modal, ready for a bit of a makeover. Starting with the modal. When the modal is hidden, I want the form to be cleared of any inputs so that when the modal is shown again, it will be a fresh form. Selecting the modal, I scroll down to Dynamic Events and choose Modals, Hide. For the action, I choose the form Reset. The title text is changed. The form gets an identifiable ID. Then I scroll down to Dynamic Events where I choose the Server Connect on Success event. The actions that need to take place are: a success notification, a refresh of the data source, hiding the modal, next on the list is the select form input. The current contents are deleted to make way for a data-driven form input. The data source is the categories server connect. The text is the name field. The value is the ID field. The following four inputs remain as they are. Before I embark on the checkboxes, let me finalize the Submit button. I change the button text. Then I scroll down to Dynamic Events and attach a mouse on Click Event. For the action, I choose to submit the form. Now for a bit of background information regarding checkboxes. Checkbox form inputs do not behave exactly like other form inputs. Normally, when a form is submitted, all form inputs that have a name attribute are sent, even if no value has been filled out. In the case of a checkbox form input, their value are sent only if they are checked. If they are not checked, nothing is sent. If the same procedure is followed as other form inputs, it would mean that, once a checked value is submitted, this cannot be reversed with an unchecked value. Another difference is the visibility of the value. With other form inputs, the value of the input is visible. Checkboxes only show as checked or unchecked. In other words, we need to tame this beast in our application. In order to carry on, I select the first checkbox. When the checkbox is checked, I want to send it a value of 1. Scrolling down, I remove the dynamic value, it is of no use. Instead, I want the checkbox to be checked when the value of the data source is 1. The same goes for the second checkbox. The static value is also a 1. Now for an adjustment to the Upsert API. Here I select the database update step. In the database updater panel, I select the value of live. Here I select the formatter. In the formatter panel, I choose general and default. The value is set to 0. What this means is, when the checkbox is unchecked, it will send a false message to the server. In that case, the default value will spring into effect. The feature field undergoes the same procedure. Save the file and we are done here. Now for the delete function. Working my way down, I changed the text of the title. For the header, I changed the background and text colors as a warning. Then I changed the text of the paragraph. I also add a bit of dynamic text to make it recognizable. This is the name of the product that is about to be deleted. After the paragraph, I place the delete form using generators. The server action is the product delete API. The form is populated by the data detail data source. The ID is set to hidden. The remaining fields are removed. The form gets a recognizable one. Under Dynamic Events, Server Connect Success, I select the usual actions. A success notification. A Server Connect refresh. And hiding of the modal. The submit button also undergoes the usuals. The mouse on click event submits the form. Save the file and we are ready for testing.